Hello everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our topic connectors. Now, this is part 2. So, in this session, let us have a look at what we are going to discuss in this lecture. In this uh, session, we will cover the following topics. First of all, we'll discuss the concepts of connectors, and after that, we'll discuss conjunction or preposition. It means we'll see the difference between conjunction and preposition. Now, this session is going to be very, very important. How? Let us look this with the help of these topics that we are going to discuss in this session. First of all, in the last session we have discussed the introduction of connectors. It means we have already understood the meaning of connectors, also types of connectors. In that session, in the earlier session of connector, I told you that connectors are of three types. They can be conjunctions, they can be prepositions, and they can be adverbs as well. Now, if we talk about connectors, now we know very well that connectors, the main connectors are conjunctions and prepositions. But what are the differences between these two? How they both behave like connectors, but they have some different uses and meanings. How? That we are going to discuss in this session. Now, we have already learned these two chapters, preposition and conjunction, in our earlier sessions as well. So obviously we know that what are conjunctions and prepositions. Yet in the case of connectors, what can be the difference between these two? This we are going to elaborate in this topic. Okay, also we'll discuss the concepts of connectors. So first of all, let us begin with connectors concepts. It means first of all we'll begin with the concepts of connectors. This is concept 1 that we are going to discuss, that is conjunction or preposition. It means either it is the conjunction or the preposition. Or what is the difference between connectors being conjunction or being preposition? A conjunction is used to link words and two clauses. It means conjunction is a word that link two words or two clauses together. Okay, it means that join. Conjunctions are the words that join or combine two clauses or two sentences or two words together. Whereas preposition is used to show relationships between different parts of a sentence. It means if I say A and B, so this is just combining of these two words together or these two people together. But if I say A is sister of B, suppose I say A is sister of B, that means I'm showing relationship between A and B. I'm not saying A and B are going together. No, I'm saying A is the sister of B. It means I'm showing the relationship between these two people. I hope you got the difference it somewhere in your mind. That if we link two words together, if we join two words together, then it is a conjunction. But preposition, the main function of preposition is to show the relationship of a noun or pronoun with the entire part of the sentence or the other part of the sentence. Okay? Typically indicating what preposition indicates, either the direction, location, time, or the method by which something is done. For example, if I say A and B are going towards the school, suppose. Towards the school. Suppose I say this sentence that A and B are going towards the school. Now, if you see the sentence carefully, here we have connected these two people together. We have linked these two people together. So this and is conjunction, which is just joining these two words together. Okay, sorry. Now, are going towards the school. Now, this word towards, this is just indicating the direction, that they are going in a direction that is going towards the direction towards the school. It means direction of the school, in the direction of the schools. This towards is a preposition. Now, this is a preposition, whereas in this sentence or in this part, the two have been connected with each other. So this is actually the difference between conjunction and preposition. Preposition does not join two sentences together, whereas it shows some relationship, some indication related to time, distance, direction, etc. Whereas conjunction, it only joins two clauses or sentences together. Okay. Now, in any sentence or clause, the principal verb is the central point. Now, what is principal verb? We'll discuss it later on. In conclusion, conclusion means as a result of. We can say that conjunctions can indeed connect clauses, each with a principal verb. It means those two sentences which are being joined, they should contain principal verbs. However, prepositions typically do not serve this function. Instead, they are more about linking a noun or pronoun to another word in the sentence, thereby providing additional context or detail. So we'll discuss this with some examples. Let's first understand the principal verb and the auxiliary verb. Now, this I have already told you in the chapter of verb. Now, what happens if we talk about verb? It can be of two types. Either it is the main verb, and main verb is also known as principal verb. Okay. So something which shows us the action, or which shows the position or state of being of someone. Okay, if any word that shows the state of being of someone, so that all is actually the main verb or the principal verb. Okay, PV means principal verb. But auxiliary verbs are the verbs which are used to join two auxiliary verbs are the verbs which are only supporting the main verbs. For example, if any verb is there which is used only to support the main verb, that is called auxiliary verb. Now, auxiliary verb can be primary auxiliary verb as well. Now, these can be divided further into two verbs, that is primary and modals. Now, modals can show the possibility of doing stuff. Now, auxiliary verbs are those verbs which can be used as primary verb and modal verbs. Modal shows only imaginary situations, and primary, these are the supporting verbs and some verbs like which can be used in helping as well as main verb situations. So those are known as primary auxiliaries. Okay. So on the other hand, you can say that these auxiliary verbs, these are helping verbs. Okay. Now let us see this with some examples. We all work hard. We may live happily. Now, we all work hard. This is one sentence, or this is one part of the sentence, one clause of the sentence. So, we all work hard is entirely complete sentence. Now, in this, work is actually some action which has been done, okay, or which is being done. So, this work is the main verb, or you can say some action which has been shown. We may live happily. Now here, if you see, this live is the main verb, whereas this may, this is just supporting the verb live. However, this is auxiliary verb. So this will be auxiliary verb. He is rich. He does not help the needy. Now again, when you see the action, this help is the main verb. Whereas this is, though it is used as the main verb, yet it is auxiliary because is actually the form of be. And this is primary auxiliary. Okay, this is primary auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verb. How so? As I told you, that auxiliary verb can be further divided into two parts, either the primary auxiliary or the modals. Now, primary auxiliary verbs are those verbs which can behave in both manner, as the main verb or as the helping verb. Whereas principal verb, they are only the verb which are the main verbs. It means the verbs which can be only used as main verb, that is action verb. Okay. So for this, we can say that main verbs are not the primary verbs, or you can say main verbs, primary verbs, they are only action verbs. So these are primary verbs. These are the principal verbs. Okay. These are only the principal verbs, whereas these can be a primary auxiliary because they serve as both helping and main verb. If we use the word is, am, are, so has, have, or do, or does. So these words are like if I say has or have, these verbs are like which can be used in both the manners, helping verb as well as main verb. So these are primary auxiliaries. Okay, but if we talk about action verb, that can only be principal verb. So this main verb is further divided into action, possession, or state being. For that, this action is the principal verb, and the possession and state being, these are the auxiliary primary verb. Okay, well, this we have already done in the chapter of verb. Now, he was ill. He did not go to the class. Now, this go is actually the action, and this action, if it is action, this is principal verb. Whereas was, though it is showing the position or the state being of someone, sorry, it is showing the you can say the state being of someone, but this is primary auxiliary verb. Okay, so if we want to classify this, in each in the given example, there are two sentences, each containing one principal verb and one auxiliary verb in each. Principal verb, what are the principal verbs in this? Work, live, help, and go. These are principal verbs in the previous sentences that we have read. Whereas non-principal verb in those sentences are is, made, does not, was, and did not. So these were the non-principal verb. It means, let me tell you something again. If we talk about verb, to clarify this, I am telling you the exact meaning of verb. Now, verb shows any action, but if there is a verb that can show us either the action, any word that describes the action, or the position, or the state being, okay, or the state being of something, it means being something, okay, state or being of someone, then that verb is known as, that the word is known as verb. For example, if I say she okay, let me just change, let us have some other color for this. Ravi goes to school. Suppose I say Ravi goes to school. Okay, and if I say Ravi has a car, Ravi is a student. Now, in these three sentences, we talk about Ravi. Now, in the first sentence, we'd say Ravi goes to school. Now, this goes is actually showing us the action. And if it is showing us the action, of course, it is verb. Ravi has a car. Now, the car is the possession of Ravi. It means Ravi owns that car. He has that car. So, this has is showing us the possession. Okay, it is showing us the possession of something. And is, Ravi is a student. Now, who is Ravi? Ravi is a student. It means here we have been shown about Ravi, that Ravi is this thing. So it is showing the existence of Ravi is known to be a student, that his existence is shown with this word that is. So it is the state being. This word is describing the state or being of a person. Okay, so anything or any word that describes either the action, that is do, possession, that is have, or any form of have, or the state being, that is be, or any form of be. If any of these words or if any of the verb shows these three things in detail, okay, so that verb is known as main verb. Okay, that word is known as main verb. Whereas if any verb only supports any of these, it is known to be auxiliary verb. How? Let me discuss this with you all. Now, this auxiliary verb can be further divided into two parts. What are the two parts? One is primary and another one is modal. Now, modal keep these modals aside. We have already learnt modals like if you see the words like will, shall, may, might, must, these are modals, and modals are only imaginations. Okay, they can be used only in imaginary sentence. Whereas primary auxiliary verbs are the verbs which can be used either as the helping verb or the main verb. Okay, so primary auxiliaries are actually the helping verbs as well as the main verbs, or verbs that can be used in both the manners, as primary as the main verb or the helping verb. What are these? For example, if I say Rahul is going to school. Okay, Rahul is going to school. Suppose this is the sentence. Now, in this sentence, we see the word is. This is helping verb, which is supporting the verb going, which is the main verb. Okay, going is action. Okay, and this is just you can say just supporting this going to make it a continuous sentence. Okay, so this is helping verb, because this is not showing the state of being any of anyone. If I say Ravi is a student, this is showing me the state being of someone. But here we cannot say that Rahul is a school. In fact, Rahul is going to school. So it is just this is just showing me, just supporting this word going, whereas this is something different which shows the state being of. Now here, as you see the structure, let us have some more sentences. If I say that this sentence, Rahul, let me elaborate this on this page. Rahul is going to school. Okay, now here we can see that this person is going in some direction. Okay, so he's going to school. Whereas if I say Ravi is a student, okay, Ravi is a student, so there is a difference obviously between this is and this is. Now this is it is just supporting going, which is actually the action. Okay, whereas this is, it shows that Ravi is a student, so it shows this person's state or being, that what is he is a student. Okay, so it shows his being of something or his existence. Okay, so these two is are different, okay, by their usage in the sentence. Now this is just creating the helping verb, whereas this is used as the main verb. So, as I told you that auxiliary verbs can be of two types. Auxiliary verbs can be of two types. What are the two types then? First of all, it can be used as helping verb or the main verb. Now, if it is a helping verb, it Now, auxiliary verbs can be of two types. As I told you, it can either be a primary auxiliary or a modal. Okay, primary auxiliary or a modal. Now, obviously, if it is a primary auxiliary, it can serve as both helping verb or main verb. But if we talk about modals, only these shows the imaginary sentence, but we are talking about these two. It means if I say these two verbs is and is, these are primary auxiliary verbs. Whereas if we talk about Ravi goes to school, in this sentence, of course, this goes is only the main verb. Now this word cannot serve as both helping and main verb. Whereas if we talk about the forms of do, have and be, these are the words, these are the primary auxiliaries. Why so? This do, have and be form, these can serve as both helping and main verb. Whereas if we talk about goes or action words, if we talk about action words, these can only be used as principal verb. Okay, these can only be used as principal verbs. Okay, so as these words can only be used as principal verb, therefore these words are the principal verbs, whereas other words, as we have seen here, that these verbs are the now, as we have seen over here, that work, live, help, and go that we have discussed over here. Mm, Now, as we have seen over here, these work, live, then help, then go, these are principal verbs. Whereas is, though it is a main verb over here, was is a main verb over here, yet these two are only auxiliary verbs, because these are auxiliary primary verbs, okay, and not the principal verb. So this is the difference between principal verb and auxiliary verb. I hope you have understood the meaning of principal verb and auxiliary verb now. Actually, what happens, every principal verb, if you see, every principal verb, you can say every principal verb, this should be main verb, okay, but we cannot say that every main verb is equal to principal verb. This is wrong. Whereas if we say all the principal verbs are the main verbs, yes, this is right. Okay, now I hope you have got the meaning of principal verb and the main verb. This is actually the difference between principal verb and the main verb. We cannot say that principal and main verb are the same, but we can say that all the principal verbs, these are the main verbs, whereas every main verb cannot be the principal verb, of course. May be possible if there are some main verbs, if they show the possession or the state being of something, they will be auxiliary primary verbs. Okay, so this is actually the difference between all these things. Now there is something different. If we connect both sentences in the given examples without changing the actual meaning, a conjunction is needed to convey the same meaning in the context. For example, so that, in order that, though, although, even though, because, since, or as. Now the examples appear as follows. We all work hard so that we may live happily. Again, we can join these two sentences together, like we all work hard in order that we may live happily. So this, so that, and in order that, these two are conjunctions which are just joining two sentences together. Although he is rich, he does not help the needy. Even though he is rich, he does not help the needy. So this, although or even though, it is just connecting the two sentences together. Because he was ill, he did not go to the school. Since he was ill, he did not go to the school. Or as he was ill, he did not go to the school. So in this, we are just joining two sentences together. Okay. But if we want to connect these sentences with prepositions, we have to be careful, because there is no main verb or helping verb after the use of preposition. It means, as you can see this, that in the case of conjunction, in order that is the conjunction, and we are using we, that is the subject or the pronoun. Okay, and but here in case of prepositions, what happen? Careful, because there is no main verb or helping verb after the use of a preposition. So we must use prepositions that convey the same meaning as the sentences without altering the actual context of the sentence, and we must change the form of the auxiliary verb. For example, so as to, in order to, in spite of, despite, because of, or owing to. Now the examples appear as follows. We all work hard so as to live happily. So what is the reason for working hard? Is to live happily. And we all work hard. Why? In order to live happily. So here we are showing this some linkage, that there is actually, what is the requirement of that? In spite of his richness, he does not help the needy. Despite his richness, he does not help the needy. Okay. So this is actually the example of connectors being preposition and being conjunction. In spite of his being rich, he does not help the needy. Despite his being rich, he does not help the needy. Because of his illness, he did not go to the class. Owing to his illness, he did not go to the class. Because of his being ill, he did not go to the class. Owing to his being ill, he did not go to the class. Okay. Now, connectors, principal verb and non-principal verb. Principal verb may live to non-principal verb to live. Principal verb is, whereas non-principal verb is being. Principal verb is was, whereas non-principal verb is being. Okay. So that we have used in the sentences after the preposition and the conjunctions. In the given sentences, the principal verb is removed after the use of the preposition and the form of the helping verb is changed. Okay. So here the principal verb is removed after the use of preposition and the form of the helping verb is changed. Correct the given sentences. He did not leave drinking despite the doctor had warned him. Now, we can write the sentence. He did not leave drinking despite being warned by his doctor. He could not pass the examination because of he did not solve sufficient number of questions. So obviously we cannot write because of. We can write we could not pass the exam because of not solving sufficient number of questions. So in both sentences, prepositions are used as connectors, but after connectors, principal verbs are used. The sentence structures are grammatically incorrect and need to be corrected, as I told you. There are two ways to correct the sentences. First, change the verb from used after prepositions while maintaining the original sentence context. Second, use conjunctions instead of prepositions. So what you can do, either you have to remove the prepositions and use connectors, or what you can do, you can use those verbs which can be used after prepositions. It means you have to write the verb in the form of ing form. Okay, but the conjunction should convey the same context of the sentences, like despite, although or though, and because of, with, because or since. So we can either replace these conjunctions. Corrections of the given sentences using preposition. He didn't leave drinking despite the doctor's warning, as I told you. He could not pass the examination because of not solving sufficient number of questions. Also, we could do one thing. Another thing that we can do if we want to use conjunction. He did not leave drinking although the doctor had warned him. Or the another sentences, he could not pass the exam because or since he did not solve sufficient number of questions. So we can rectify those two sentences in both the manners. We can either change the structure of the sentence using conjunctions and replace these prepositions. Also, what we can do, this another thing to rectify these two sentences, that we can use ing form or the alteration form of those verbs in the sentences after the prepositions, because it is known that after preposition the verb that follows should be in ing form always. Instead of to, after to we can only have verb first form, whereas after every another preposition we should have verb with ing. Okay. Based on the relationship between sentences, we divide connectors, conjunctions and prepositions into different groups. I shall not go to the function dash he invites me. This is invites me. Okay. So unless or until, I shall not go to the function. I can say unless he invites me, or unless vice versa, just because there are two situations. Unless is situation bounded and until is time bounded. Okay, if there is an indication of time, we can use until, and for situation we can use unless. So I hope this much is clear to you all. So that's all for today. That's all for this session. And the remaining part, or to elaborate this, we'll discuss something extra in another part of the session. So thanks to you.